Welcome to Microsoft Excel once again. Today we will discuss about Power Pivot in Excel. So first of all, we will know what is Power Pivot. Power Pivot is an Excel add-in you can use to perform powerful data analysis and create sophisticated data models. With Power Pivot, you can mash up large volumes of data from various sources, perform information analysis rapidly, and share insights easily. So, in simple words, Power Pivot is used when we work with multiple data sources. In case of normal pivot table, we saw that if we have a database or a table, then from that database or table we can create a pivot table. Now what is Power Pivot? When we have multiple tables or multiple databases, we can combine them, we can summarize the data into one single table, that is Power Pivot table. So within that table we can use the data from different data sources or databases or tables. Now I will show practically how we can create Power Pivot from multiple data sources. So we have created three databases in three different sheets. As we can see, this is cells. Within cells we have this one. To convert it into table, we need to click on Ctrl T, then OK. Now you can see it is a table. We can apply border to it. So it is a table of cells. Now in this database, it is invoice number. We also converting it into table. And this is category. So these are all tables in different sheets that we have. These are cells, invoice number and quantity. So we have three tables. So we will combine the three tables into one single pivot table. So how to do this? First of all, we have to click on Power Pivot. If the Power Pivot option is not visible, then we can do one thing. We have to go to File, then Options, then we have to click on Add-ins, then under Manage we have to click on Com Add-ins. If we click on Go, we can see that the Power Pivot for Excel is checked here. That is why it is showing in the ribbon. So once it is not checked, you have to check it and then press OK. So Power Pivot is already there in the ribbon. So now we will have to click on Power Pivot. Now we have to select the table and we have to click on Add Data Model. See this. Data model has been created. We can see for clicking mistake, two tables has been created, the same table. So we have to delete one. So to do so, we have to go here under data. We have queries and connection. We have to delete this one and do it freshly. Okay, I am doing once more. Selecting the data, going to Power Pivot, I am clicking on Add Data Model. Now you can see table 1. Now you have to rename it. I am renaming it to cells. Again going to that one, going to invoice number, selecting the table, clicking on Add Data Model. Now this is invoice Again going to quantity, selecting the table, clicking on add data model, and now clicking on quantity. So data model has been created. As you can see, there are different sheets. This is Power Pivot interface, within which we have 3 tables created. These are models, data models. So you can see at that part under view we have data view, and after this we have diagram view. Once we click on it, you can see it looks like this. So now we have the 3 tables visible diagrammatically. Now we have to relate. We can see in these 2 tables we have customer ID and customer ID same, so drag like this, customer ID to customer ID, and in this table invoice number and in this table invoice number, both are same, so I am dragging it like this. So you can see there is a relationship in between this. This is star and this is 1. Star means this is 1 to many, and this is 1 to many. Star asterisk star suggests that many, and this is 1. Now we will simply click on pivot table. Clicking OK, it is being created in the new worksheet. Now we can see that under the fields we have 3 different tables. This is invoice. If we click onto it, we can see under it we have invoice number, dates, and customer ID. So we are clicking on customer ID. We can see that customer ID has come under the row section, and now we are going to third one, sales. Under sales we are clicking on sales. See this, the table has been created. So we are taking customer ID from invoice and we are taking sales from sales table. So ID wise sales are being displayed. Now I am coming to quantity and clicking on category, and that you can see category has appeared. We can keep the category into column. Now from this table we can see that the customer ID is being visible, and all the category that are there in different column, they are also visible. I have kept it in column, and the sales in each category is being displayed along with their customer ID. So this is a simple Power Pivot table where we have used 3 different data sources or 3 databases. That you can see ID has been taken from invoice table, and then from quantity we have taken category, and from sales we have taken sales. So from the 3 different databases we have used the required parameters to create this table. So this is actually Power Pivot. Power Pivot means we are summarizing data from different data sources. We can also add border to it. This is more flexible. Again, if you want to see the field list, you can do so. Now see this one, I have selected dates under invoice. From this we can come to know that under which date and from which category someone is making sale. That we can see in 9/10/2022, and from the customer ID C004 he is making 2500 sale on this date, and is making sale on books. If we want to see the names, then we can remove the ID, and now you can see the names are appearing. Now we can come to know which employee and on which date has made the sales, on which date and in which category. So this is the summarized table that we can find, and also we can find all total sale, that is 32,500. This is the total sale made by all the employees, and these are the dates and these are the categories. So again I am summarizing or telling the steps once more. First of all, we have different databases or tables. We have to make the databases. If databases are there, we have to convert it into tables. Then we will have to open Power Pivot. Then we have to select the data tables and click on to add data models. So for different databases or data tables, we will have different data models. After the data models have been created, we have to establish relationship between them by going to diagram view. There we can easily establish relationship, and after that we have to click on pivot table. So once we click on pivot table, we can see the field list where we can specify which column is to be displayed. We have to select accordingly and create the summarized data table, that is Power Pivot table. That's all from the video. I think Power Pivot is quite clear. Thank you.